We're power brokers. Cody in Indiana.
Hey, morning, fellas.
Good morning,
Morning.
I heard you guys touch a few times on the R. Bud Dwyer video, and maybe a couple days before the first time I heard you say something was the first time I saw it. And this guy is the most selfish fucking motherfucker and saddest dude I've ever seen.
Yeah, you gotta agree with him.
Himself in the face.
Gotta agree with him,
hard
Mikey.
that it messes up his hair.
Yeah, his hair flies off his head.
Cody, have you ever seen the rap video they made out of that?
No, I haven't.
Fantastic.
I gotta get my buddy Buzzy to maybe mail me a copy. He still has it.
But, I've heard you guys talk about it, and I've never, you've talked about it in passing, but never heard what you think about, stuff like that as far as it affecting the things that you've seen and stuff like that.
I can't watch it.
Yeah, me either. It's really, really disturbing to me.
I could watch the rap video that was made out of it. They put that video to a beat, so you see his hair going up and down, up and down.
And then they forward and reverse it.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's dancing almost.
Yeah.
To the beat of the song as he's shooting himself in the head. It's
a buddy of mine moved away, and I left a message on his MySpace that had a little GIF file of him putting the gun in his mouth and then taking it out, and it said, "I miss you so much I could kill myself, but I won't."
Oof.
Wow.
Car crash?
A
little bit.
That clip, things like the Ogreish, you go Ogreish. I know Jimmy likes going there.
Ben loves that thing.
Ben loves it. I can't watch that. I'll watch any form of pornography you want to show me. I will watch it. Girl, horse. Guy, horse. I don't care. Guy, chicken. I don't care what kind of sick, deranged sex is going on.
Because you believe in death now, that's why. I could watch a beheading like it was and eat potato chips when I was younger, man.
No, even as a kid, things like that disturb me. My parents, in all their infinite fucking wisdom, back in, I guess, 1967, or whatever the hell it was, 68, decided to take me to the drive-in to go see Bonnie and Clyde with Warren Beatty.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, how old was I, 6 years old, something like that? And I'm watching it, and I thought it was kind of cool movie, gangster thing, a little gross and stuff. But at the end, when Bonnie and Clyde just get mowed down, and
it's so fake. Though.
I know, but dude, at the time,
for six,
fake
I get
now. For you're a 6-year-old kid. It's like 1968, so you
this was before Star Wars when
that explains those eyes.
You're not used to seeing,
He's a fucking pussy. I didn't know Anthony was
not used to seeing that shit.
Anthony's a puss.
We had gone to Arby's before the theater or the movies because the Comac Drive-In that used to be there. There was an Arby's across there, and I just loaded up on Arby's. Had my little puppy belly all full, and I'm watching, and then there it is, Warren Beatty and what's her name?
Faye
Dunaway. Get out of the car. The little birds go out of the bushes where the gunmen are, and then Clyde looks over at Bonnie. They look at each other like, we're fucked. Here it comes. And just machine gun fire. Their eyes getting shot out, blood. I fucking went. I threw my Arby's up all over my father's car, all over the Rambler.
It takes every year you put the Anthony puzzle together. Here's the new part of the puzzle. This is why during his explanation you can see why Anthony's a hopeless romantic. That's why he's very monogamous.
You're right.
He's romantic because that part of that story was they looked into each other's eyes.
Right.
And that's what he pictures for him and his woman, that something goes down and they just both go out in a blaze of fucking glory. You're a romantic. You're a utopian. You're an ass. You just hope the world was better. How do you do this show, Dave? I know Anthony goes home and cries and prays to God that God knows it's just, hey, God, thank you. I only do this for money. Like, Opie really enjoys destroying a life. He'll talk about it later like, dude, I thought it was funny when he just when he had pubic hair in his face, and his mother called in and was crying. It was hilarious. Anthony's like, when they looked into each other's eyes, and it was. Did you?
I'm thinking.
Did you cry on the slap scene in Jaws when the lady came over and go, you knew it was a shark.
The little Kittner boy.
Did you hear that fucking? Did you hear that explanation about the movie?
Not only did I hear it, I saw his eyes.
They watered up.
They're starting to blink a little too long.
Like Puss in Boots from Shrek 2.
Was that adorable?
Anthony has feelings. They looked at. Did you catch that? They looked at.
Yes.
That was the part that made him throw up. Is the love that was destroyed. It was metaphoric.
It was because they just saw like, oh fuck, we've been through all this shit.
How'd you feel about the shooting scene, the Sunny scene at the toll booth? Did you throw up?
No, I was older. I was older by then. Didn't see it in the movie theater.
Really?
But that didn't really get to me.
Why? It was worse when I watched fucking Sonny get cut down.
Just fucking Sonny's a prick.
To scream. They shoot him so much. That is one of the most realistic gun scenes I've ever fucking seen.
That is horrific.
Where he just gets shot to the point where he goes, "Stop killing me!"
I'm dead. All right.
Dying.
I just haven't fallen down yet.
I saw Bonnie and Clyde. They had the fake Tommy gun movement.
Yeah.
And the thing that pained you was the love that was destroyed.
Maybe that was it. I didn't even realize it until you're saying
You just told everybody.
Maybe. You know,
You really have feelings.
Sometimes I leave this place
Of course he does.
and I go, all right, we may have destroyed a life, but think of the joy we have given to so many people.
He always makes deals with himself.
I'm constantly having an internal monologue,
spiritual deals with yourself to say it's not so bad. It really bothers him, some of the things he did.
But that was my angle with my dad, because my dad would call me out on stuff that we did on this show. I'm like, but Dad, there's a lot of people that are commuting, and we're just entertaining them, and they have miserable lives, and they found enjoyment in that. So maybe I hurt one person, but I made thousands of people very happy that day.
Happy. One person had to be sacrificed.
That's how I had to explain it to my dad, because he was like, what is wrong?
Do you ever feel bad? Has there ever been a time you went home and went, fuck? Not fuck, we might get fired.
Right, there's been plenty of those. And I'll tell you one thing, Patrice,
was that?
Now that you bring that up quickly, that overrides any feeling bad. The, oh, fuck, we fucked up, we might get fired. Override. That is an override in my head. I could give a flying fuck. The eyes go away, the fucking feelings, the all goes down the shitter when I think my fucking job is on the line.
The fired. We know fired.
Top priority.
Supersedes everybody. And then you probably qualify to fire like, hey, man, you know, Steve-O and E-Rock got to eat too, baby. We responsible for the lives to make you feel better. But has there ever been a moral one where you just went, that
wasn't there one thing that like in the studio and we decided like, oh my God, there was one thing.
Patty, nothing?
I
nothing
think it was
nah.
Was it the crying midget? The midget we made get naked and she started crying?
That was close.
We made the midget.
That was a close one. I'll be honest. But
now somebody...
But within an hour after the show, I was eating a steak somewhere and drinking some wine or whatever, going, wow, that was a great show
Lenny
today.
Clark wanted... Was it Lenny?
Yes. Yeah, it was a porn midget, wasn't it?
Lenny Clark wanted a naked midget. Opie knows the story because he knows everything that has ever happened. He's a walking fucking library.
Honestly, I don't know if Lenny Clark was involved, but I know the story was something like this. There was a midget, and she was trying to become a stripper. She wasn't in porn yet.
Oh, right.
You're talking about the porn midget that was really cool. So we interviewed her as well.
Well, no, I think I know the one you're talking about.
This girl was from Long Island or Queens or something, and she called Steve or somebody and said, look, I'm a midget, because we were talking about getting midgets on the show a long time ago, and she wanted to be a stripper. And we're like, have you ever stripped before? She goes, no, I haven't done anything, but I wanted to maybe give this a try.
All right, we'll set it up where it's like a strip club.
Well, why don't you strip for us for the first time? So she comes in, and she's such a little thing that she's standing right on the console in front of us. We're all kind of just looking up at this midget.
Dude, not only that, this console wasn't like it is in here. You see, we got a lot of headroom. There were a lot of like electronic shelving and stuff over our heads. So she was the only human being, and I use that term loosely, that was able to completely stand up between this shelving and stuff, it made it hysterical that she fit in there. She was so short. And she's standing up on the console, and we're all watching. We put on some, Motley Crue or some fucking cliche strip club music and get her dancing. And we start, telling her to take her clothes off. And you can tell she's pretty reluctant. She doesn't really want to do it. And she starts undressing.
Yeah.
I guess she got her top off.
Yeah, and she realized this is just not for her.
Wasn't for
was
her.
A bad idea.
But at this point, we've been whipped up into a frenzy, and,
So she just kind of was,
her eyes went blank, Patrice. Yeah. They just went to another place.
A whole nother land. The land of Oz. And we're kind of suggesting she take her pants off and
she's
her
just
panties.
Apart. You can see it.
Yeah, she and she's just in her panties with them midget legs and stuff, and the big Popeye arms.
Big fat midget legs.
She got the fat little bent midget legs.
All her limbs look like little baseball wiffle ball bats. With that
she got them
that meat by the knee.
Fucking cocktail Frank fingers.
Oh God.
Oh, and then toes.
And then she's topless, and she's getting ready to take her pants off, and then she just loses it, starts crying.
She starts crying.
Says, I can't do this, and we're just like,
She's like, I know I can't. She's trying to cover up with that little fucking hand that looks like a muffin, and she's holding over her breasts and trying to.
See, that's where I
was like, we just went
there. See, that doesn't bother me because I could have talked her into not feeling that way. You know what I mean? Because she had a feeling.
But there's no fun in that.
But your whole angle would have been, girl, you're up there. Just let go of any dignity you have left.
Because you already being an obscure midget who's thinking about stripping is way worse than a stripping midget. That makes you somebody for a couple of years, bitch.
Right.
And fetish. A lot of motherfuckers have those midget fetishes or whatever. But that wouldn't bother me. Like Patty standing there looking like Auschwitz really bothered me. Like she just was that shivery old mess, and it just
bag of bones.
And I know by the time when I stopped feeling bad for Patty is when she was. And I'm talking about the mousetrap thing.
Yeah,
is when she was crawling, and you could tell she was into the thing where she was like, "Oh God, it hit my arm," and then what is that? And I go, okay, she's doing it, but just that nakedness right there, that fucking got to me. Yeah, a little bit, man.
You can't feel for someone that doesn't feel. Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
My latest quote.
I know there was one. I know there was one thing.
How do you feel for someone that doesn't feel?
See, Opie, whatever he made a deal with, whatever force he has made a deal with. See, he'll never get fired from radio. He'll always have a job in radio. You'll get fired for 2 years. It's you're whatever. It's just a funny, whoever he made the deal with just was like, oh man, I'm joking. You guys get another job. That's what XM is. I'm fucking with you guys, man. Just fucking with you. You got a job. It's it's like when motherfuckers say the genie, when you make a wish for a genie, and they go, I want to have a big dick. And then the genie, if he's an asshole, he'll just make your whole body a dick.
Big dick,
with some eyes on it.
Never works.
It's like, whoever made the Opie made, he's comfortable with the deal he made. He said, fuck it. Right?
Opie's the only guy comfy with the deal.
You're not comfy with the deal.
I have my own ways of justifying what I do, but I will never share that with anybody. I swear to God.
You know what? You ever see fucking Golden Child?
Mm-hmm.
My explanation.
He goes into a room and it turns into hell. Patrice. He sits on top of a little mountain and it's like, I'll be right back, baby. He sits on a mountain and the motherfucker goes, Opie, what happened today? Hey man, we made a bitch get naked and mousetraps. Oh, nigga, please. Don't worry about it, man. Shit, I did shit.
My explanation, Patrice, my explanation is so easy.
Oh.
So easy. And you go, wow, that makes a lot of sense.
Go ahead.
I'll never say it.
Oh, man.
What's wrong with you, man? What the fuck is wrong with you?
That would take down...
Would you even allow anybody else to do that?
That would take down all four walls.
Then the ceiling hits us in the head.
That's right.
Done.
Fair enough.
But I'm telling you right now, it is the easiest explanation to this whole thing.
Is it a paragraph? Is it a saying? Is it some spiritual thing, or is it just it's just very simple?
It's not. It's beyond simple.
Is it something easy like fuck it?
Fuck it. It's beyond simple. Let's go to Mike.
Oh,
Mike.
I know what it is.
What?
Opens up the bank book.
Yeah.
Oh, you buy.
Let me just get online and check my balance. All right.
Let's see.
All is right with the world, motherfucker.
Let's see. I'm starting to feel bad about myself. Let's check the bank account in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Check this one. Which account will I check today? Let me spin the wheel. All right, I'll check that corporate account.
I know you have. Is it all worth it? Things in your head.
I'll be completely honest with you. There are times and there have been situations, and I can't remember. There's like one
Stop
that me
playing,
and
Anthony. It's so bad it went out of your head. You can, but
No.
Anthony is. That's why he stays in his house. Let me tell you, motherfucker, Anthony stays in his house. It's coming together after 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the weight of the world.
Mm-hmm.
You don't watch a lot of news either, do you?
No, I watch a lot of news.
And it doesn't
lot of
bother
it.
you.
It
I
does
would have thought
bother
that
me,
you don't watch the news. You don't come out because even homeless people. You want to give money to every homeless. You want to help.
Oh my
You're
God.
making me. You're making me
Patrice.
too simple now.
Not simple, but you have.
No. Your explanation is too simple now because I don't fit into the mold you're trying to fit me into. I almost fit. But they're like, well, I can't get the arm in there. What the fuck is it? There are a few things that make no sense with this picture you're putting. Homeless people, I could give a flying fuck about them.
And Patrice,
I feel no guilt. I get
ready for
annoyed
this?
at them.
I dish out to the
homeless.
Absolutely. That's why you'll never understand this relationship in this radio show. Just when you think you got it figured out, you're like, what? I swear to God, when I see those guys.
So perhaps the staff should dress in stinky clothing when they go out to dinner with you. Yep, a little more complex.
Not that bad.
Just a little more complex.
I'm not far away from utopia.
I have some sympathy for the pains of the world.
Yes,
I do. I feel some sympathy for the pains going on in the world.
You're like a middle-aged Italian version of the Green Mile nigga.
Like a fly coming out of my mouth.
Here's the question today, and the guy just hung up on us. What's the worst thing Anthony has done on this show? Because if you ask that question about me, there's a million that come up.
You are
He's
the
done some horrific
barometer.
things too, though.
Yeah, I've done some bad stuff.
That you started.
There was a time when we were in Boston, Anthony enjoyed calling funeral homes.
Oh, right,
And
okay.
asking to talk to the deceased.
Yeah, you know how they list the funerals? This is a funny bit. And original, goddammit, thought this up. You go through the obituaries, and they list where and when the service is going to be. So when the service is there, you call up, and whoever answers, you go, like, is John Smith there today? And they say yes because he's laid out there. They think you're asking, obviously, you're asking if the body is there. Because, is John Smith there? I say, yes. Could you put him on the phone? The silence, the dead silence.
Deafening silence.
That you just get, and then you get, yeah, he's there. Yeah. Just put him on. I really need to talk to him. He's the deceased. You get like this puzzled fucking, and we laugh our fucking ass off.
We laugh and laugh and laugh.
The Alzheimer's home that we called, the thing.
Oh shit!
You know,
that was you. That was you.
Yeah. Oh, fun stuff.
Was that your idea to call the Alzheimer's thing?
I don't know whose idea it was, but
it does count.
I did it.
It counts.
What do you mean? When
we called old Bill, the Alzheimer's clinic.
Oh, that is like...
Hello, thank you, please.
You've heard this, right?
No.
Oh, my God. Is it even on this version?
4 or 3 old biddies at this Alzheimer's helpline and called up and just made them feel so badly for this poor old lost guy.
You never heard this?
No.
You've been with us for years. By the way,
Bill.
someone is calling you out saying that you were there for the dancing midget, Patrice.
Are you shitting me? Patrice was there
She
for
wasn't crying. That chick wasn't crying.
The one that stopped dancing in the middle of it?
That chick. And that's why I don't remember. It didn't bother me.
That chick was crying?
Dude,
We had to stop the bit.
I was
Yeah,
there.
we did stop the bit.
I was there in the fucking room.
Holy shit. Wait, but Nicole Starr might be the porn midget.
That sounds like a porn midget name.
There's a confusion here because we got to.
I was there during a midget.
Get your fucking midget straight.
Is Nicole Starr the
Nicole Starr was one naked midget that was on the air.
Yeah, of course we've had more than one naked midget.
That's the one I'm thinking of. I think that's the one he's talking about.
No, God, where else can you hear an argument where guys are like, well, Jesus, we had more than one naked midget.
No, it wasn't that
midget, motherfucker.
Right.
I remember what midget it was.
How do you have arguments over which naked midget?
Fucking,
I was at a midget. I was at a midget very early in the time I started coming doing the show. And that's what I'm saying. It didn't bother me.
Yes. All right. Nicole Starr, the naked midget. What's this? A porn site midget with morals? I don't get it. There's 1,000 pictures of this chick without her pants on, yet she gets all nervous around us. Yeah, that's the chick that is an actual porn star midget.
Yeah.
We're talking about a girl that wanted to get into stripping.
I wasn't there.
We
Off
brought
the
her
street
in.
midget.
I wasn't there.
We brought her in off the street. She awkwardly started taking her clothes off and then just lost it.
I wasn't there.
Started crying.
And someone is saying that Colin Hanks was there.
Colin Hanks. It was Colin Hanks and
Jack Black.
And Jack Black.
All right, that was with the porn star midget.
Right, that was porn star midget.
All right, see, everyone's getting it confused. By the way, two more guys, we were talking about this yesterday, that no longer do the show.
Oh, hell yeah, forget about it.
Jack Black.
You'd never get Jack Black.
Used
he
to
was
do our
plugging
show.
Tenacious D back then, that was it.
Jack Black would come in and do our show every time he was in New York, and we haven't seen him in years.
His biggest movie then was that...
Act.
Where he played the soldier, yeah.
And Tom Hanks' son came in, and it turns out that he was such a huge fan of the Opie and Anthony program, he was getting bootleg tapes of our show sent to L.A. And he came in, he couldn't believe he was on our show. And now he's blown up. He was in
King Kong.
He was in King Kong as well.
Yeah.
I don't think he's blown up yet, though.
He's getting there.
He's in the shadow of that.
You never know. Maybe we'll get him.
Nah, we're done.
I think it's possible to get Tom Hanks' son again.
Yeah.
I think so. But maybe Tom's probably like, look it.
Yeah.
Don't fuck up Da Vinci Code for me.
Grew this hair like this. I got to fucking walk around like this. I want it to work out.
This is the question today, though. What is the worst thing Anthony has done on this program?
I'm trying to think.
Some people are saying this. I'm going to play this for Patrice because he's never heard it.
But here's how I qualify worst thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Participating in Opie's evil does not count. To me.
Oh, no. Because some
like Anthony,
hold on. Some of the
evil.
No. Some of the evil, he's right there with me, man.
I know he's talking about initiating.
I'm talking about I'm talking about. It's like gang mentality. It's like Opie might be the first one to hit Rodney King with the thing, and Anthony's like, all right, fuck it, I'll hit him in his kneecap.
I'd rather use the Reginald Denny explanation on this one.
Yeah,
what if the one guy hits him with the fucking brick, and then the other guy came in and kicked?
You're the dancer.
Please let me.
I want to know because every interview,
Opie's the guy that laid the brick over his head.
Every fucking interview. Sorry, Steve. Every interview. Opie's, the bad guy. You're never an antagonist. I've never seen you unless somebody's like really a dick.
Right, but that's the way. That's the way it works.
What about
Anthony? Thank you. God damn it! Thank you, Dirk from Massachusetts. Anthony, the faith healer. Say no more.
Okay, that was pretty bad. All right.
The only time we almost got killed.
That was at a live appearance.
The only time we almost started a riot was because of him.
Wheelchair Fred. My shit is never drunk.
My shit has never caused a riot. My shit has never caused things to be thrown at us.
I got all caught up in a moment. We were at a live appearance up in Boston, and we had a character on the show. He's been on this show, Wheelchair Fred. The guy had a motorcycle accident years ago. He sounds like he's retarded. He talks like this. You can barely understand a word he says. It's like his throat was crushed. His legs were twisted apart. They put him together all fucked up because he had no insurance. And he's in a wheelchair.
Matter of fact, when we go to break, Derek, find the bit Wheelchair Fred taking a little dildo up his
yeah, that's always a fun one. Gives you a little insight on Wheelchair Fred.
He did it on the XM show. He was so desperate. We got him. This is what I love.
Yeah.
I love this shit. We got him naked on the phone. He staggered to his bathtub with a dildo, and he did himself with a
dildo because he needs sex so bad. He's so horny.
We'll play the viral promo. whatever that has that as we go to break.
So we were doing an appearance. We used to do a lot of these things in Boston, and place is packed. We'd go up there and give away shirts and shit, and have people come up and show us your fucking weirdest scar for this fucking bit of shit from the radio station, the typical stuff. And Wheelchair Fred was there, so we brought him up on stage. And now I had seen Wheelchair Fred. He didn't have spinal cord damage, so it wasn't like he was paralyzed. His legs were just so fucked up that he couldn't walk, so he was in a wheelchair. But I had seen him at the station get out of his chair and steady himself on the console, and kind of shaky leg, but he took his hands away and he'd be standing. So I thought it would be great.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Trying to make yourself feel good.
No.
You can't even.
That was my.
You can't even record how long he was standing without his hands.
Oh,
it
believe
was like
me, I'm
it was
not
like
trying
this.
to say.
No hands.
Yeah.
What you say? You couldn't even record. There's no recorder that can record as fast as he fell.
20 zeros and then a 1. That's how long he could stand. But
the fractions don't go that low.
But I had a few in me. So I get this idea.
0.0000006.
Now the people didn't know this. A lot of people thought Fred was paralyzed. So I get this idea.
He was a known, radio figure on the show, known to be paralyzed.
Wheelchair Fred,
thought to be completely
paralyzed. A lot of people misunderstood. It wasn't just his, fucked up legs. They thought he was paralyzed. Christopher Reeve paralyzed.
Oh my goodness.
So I think I get drinking some beers with the excitement's on stage. We bring Wheelchair Fred up. He gets a huge ovation because people loved him. And I get this idea.
And he's wheeling.
Yeah, they wheel him up on stage. The crowd has to lift the wheelchair up and place it on the stage.
Yeah, they lifted him up onto the stage.
So he's like crowd surfing in his wheelchair for a little while. Yep. And they put him up on stage. Now I'm thinking to myself, this would look really cool because I've seen him stand up. If I do a faith healer thing and get this crowd whipped up and he stands, they're going to think I'm fucking Jesus Christ. So I'm going, Fred, you want to get out of that chair? You want to get out of that chair?
The crowd just goes with
it. And he's going, yes, I want to get out of the chair.
He just goes right with you.
Oh, yeah. Falls right into it. I'm like, Fred.
He goes right with you.
And I slam my hand on his head, and I'm like, Fred, feel the power of Jesus Christ flowing through your body. I feel it.
And the crowd is losing it.
I feel Jesus.
People crying.
Dude, they were freaking out. And his arms now grabbed his armrest on his chair and start shaking. His legs are shaking. And every inch he moved out of that chair, the frenzy in this crowd was unfucking believable. I got to the point where I actually felt like I was channeling Jesus Christ.
What kind of frenzy? Like, they're going, like the average, like, whoa.
Dude, you've been
to our live
wide-eyed.
But was it, like,
wide-eyed amazement. God. They thought this motherfucker was paralyzed, like couldn't move. And I'm here holding his head. He's shaking, and now his legs are working. He's getting himself out of the fucking chair.
Wait a minute.
And the crowd's going nuts, and so Anthony's going nuts because the crowd's going nuts.
But is it like Opie and Anthony crowd nuts, or is it like, holy shit?
It's like both.
Church nuts.
It's
like
both. It turned into like you heard gasping. Like, oh my God, Fred, go!
Everyone got caught up in the excitement of the
Everyone,
whole thing.
especially me.
Wait a minute, this might just happen.
And you were just going bananas.
I'm going off. I like, Fred, you don't need this chair anymore. Feel the power of Christ. I feel it. I feel Jesus. So he starts getting up. He's holding on to the chair. And now he's up.
But he's
standing. But he's holding on to the chair. And again, the crowd just going crazy. So I'm like, all right, Fred, let go and walk.
And we pulled the chair away, actually.
And we kind of...
we're like, you don't need that chair anymore.
Now walk to the microphone. And he lets go of the chair. We pull it away. He shakes. He wobbles a little. He goes to take a step and falls flat on his face.
Well, no, wait. You're missing one detail, though. He's very close to the microphone that the lead singer is going to use, right, with the mic stand.
Right.
So he has no wheelchair, and this all took place in less than a second, by the way. He has no wheelchair, and he realizes, oh shit, I'm in trouble, and grabs the mic stand that the lead singer is going to use. thinking, he could use that to support himself. It's not connected to anything. He goes down
You just heard like the mic falling and him and
then just feedback from the
microphone. And then, dude,
we're just silent.
Dead silence in the crowd. And then you'd hear like from the middle of the crowd. You'd hear like from the middle of the crowd, you motherfucker, you're a fucking asshole, dude. You fucking guys, you motherfucking cucks.
And at
the
this
crowd
point,
turned in a second.
Well, but
I was Jesus.
real.
I was Jesus.
Patrice,
and then
we had to leave.
We had to leave.
Here's the deal,
They were going to kill us.
Before we did the Wheelchair Fred thing, we went up there with like dopey DJs. Hey, welcome to blah, 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 blah. And hey, here's some CDs and T-shirts and blah. So we gave out all this crap. Like, I think the WAF ice scrapers and CDs.
You didn't really establish yourselves. This was a...
I know,
we were doing pretty
there.
good.
No, I mean, establish the evil that could...
Right. Yeah, you're right. The potential evil hadn't been established.
Yeah, we were there, though. So then there was dead silence. People were like, what the... They're all looking at each other like,
started.
What the fuck? Who the... And all of a sudden, Patrice, they started winging
everything we gave out.
Just gave out at the stage.
AAF keychains
coming back at us. Thinking like, wait, it's a joke.
Hey, it's funny. Look at the fucking game.
Wait a minute. Why didn't you fucking go... Hey, man, I tried.
The aristocrats.
Ta-da!
But why didn't you go, I tried. It almost worked. If they thought he was paralyzed...
Patrice.
There was no talking.
How come you didn't have Fred get you out of it?
It wasn't even close to working.
Did you have to wheel Fred off, too?
Why didn't Reginald Denny just go, hey, I'm driving a truck through, guys. Help me out. Come on.
Oh, my God, yo. Wait a minute, so...
When you get hit in the face with the nice T-shirt you just gave someone...
Thank you, good night.
So how long from the time the guy goes, fuck you assholes, to just, like, you go, we have to get the fuck
Spread
out
like
of
wildfire.
Well, how long?
Through the crowd.
Try seconds.
Yeah, seconds. We knew we were in trouble. We went backstage, went out the back door, into our vehicle, and out we went.
And putter down Route 9.
Bye-bye.
Do you remember the feedback from the next day? Like, people calling in?
Well, that's where it kind of started, because some people, we told the story and thought it was fucking hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
So we knew we had an audience out there somewhere.
Yeah, we went on there and told the story just how it happened.
We had Fred on.
See, because the club maybe fit, 200 to 300 people. So it was only 300 of our listeners that actually saw how awful we really are. And then we went on the radio the next day and told it to, who knows,
but they didn't call, like, those people didn't call going, you fucking...
Here's another thing. It was a music station. So all the fans that came to the station events weren't just fans of Opie and Anthony. They were fans of Metallica. Okay. They're fans of fucking
well, it was an Alice in Chains tribute band that night. So.
Alice in Chains tribute band was playing. So now it's fans of the music, not necessarily all fans of Opie and Anthony.
Oh, my God.
So it was just one of those situations where,
And they just start throwing shit at you.
Talk about bombing. Yeah, we had to get out of there.
Fucking hilarious.
Ain't that a great moment?
There was another riot
and you were the fucking master and commander of that
I
shit.
had nothing to do with that.
Catalyst of evil.
That's fucking horrendous.
I had nothing to do with that.
That was a bad one.
We also, I forgot, we started a riot in Framingham, too, where cops had to show up, and we were with Fred Durst, of all people, before he blew up.
Oh, yeah.
Another guy that used to be on our show all the time before he blew up.
Yeah.
It's
been a couple.
Well, that story is really classic, too. I know we're going off on some crazy tangents here, but we decide to allow our listeners to catch their own turkey for Thanksgiving.
It was like catch your own turkey. There was a lot of rural kind of, wooded areas around where we were. So we decided to get this big park area and have a catch-your-own-turkey promotion for Thanksgiving.
It wasn't a real park, though. It was like a wild park.
Yeah, it was like a wildlife preserve.
It was just a huge piece of land that they didn't really do much with there in Framingham, Patrice.
Right.
So we went on the air for weeks saying, hey, coming this Friday, whatever, a couple Fridays from now, whatever, we're going to have catch-your-own-turkey.
So we're going to get a bunch of turkeys. We're going to distribute them through this field, and you can bring whatever you want to bring, just no guns. And, if you can catch your own turkey, you have a turkey for Thanksgiving.
Right.
So people, we drive up in the big rock bus.
Well, the listeners called for a couple weeks leading up to the event going, can I bring a net? Yeah. Can I bring a gun? We're like, nah, you can't bring guns.
No guns. Like,
can I bring a baseball bat? Can I bring this?
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, as long.
Dude, I built this thing. It's a fucking 2x4 with some nails through the fucking thing, and we're like, bring it.
Just bring it.
And come and kill your own fucking turkey.
There's the catch.
This is the catch, hence the riot.
Okay.
And that's what makes this a really interesting story.
I was going to say, provided by who? Turkey,
it was all
Turkey Village, USA.
It was very calculated the way we presented it. Now, the listeners could have misunderstood.
Yeah, the key to the story is we said catch your own turkey, and then we had PETA involved. They were beyond outraged. The media is like, what the hell is going on? The listeners are calling up with their homemade weapons. Can I bring an axe? Can I bring a lacrosse stick? Can I bring nets? Yes, bring it all.
We're like, we're going to have to check with management on the axe thing because, all right, no, they're saying yes. Okay, you can bring an axe.
And this was actually...
Just played it up for a week.
And this was actually scarier than the Wheelchair Fred incident, now that I think about it.
They got fucking axes.
They got weapons. Yeah. So, now, pick it up, man. We drive up in this huge rock bus. It was
a rock bus.
It was
big
like
motorhome. Huge. With the capability to transmit from it. It was like a rolling broadcast studio. It's a great thing, man. Big TV, PlayStation, all kinds of fun stuff in there. And we set up, raise the old boom, and start broadcasting.
Now we have to make the announcement. There's hundreds of our listeners, all with crazy weapons in their hands. Crazy.
And we send them out to find the turkeys.
Like they're going after Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
No joke.
Pitchforks and torches.
Like they're going after Frankenstein.
Angry mob.
And, when you do these promotions, we have all sorts of listeners.
These are fucking people who think they're going out to murder their own turkey.
Right.
Patrice.
Only people.
Wait a minute. This is how fucking stupid motherfuckers.
Patrice, absolutely. Under
the guise of what? Like, why would you have to promote... You're going to kill turkeys, and you go, hey, kill your own turkey, keep it. What, were you in charge of the land and the turkeys?
These are just people that wanted to kill stuff.
Right. So
that's who we got a crowd of.
Patrice, let me explain, though. We have a huge audience, obviously. This type of promotion got the crazy ones involved.
Just people that enjoy killing small animals.
These were the crazy people going, they're finally doing something for me.
For us.
And they showed up, hundreds of them. Hundreds. Like
precursor to the pest, by the way.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, the pests were born in turkey hunting. That's where you were born.
Bunch of turkey killers.
Turkey killers.
I don't want to... Most people have figured it out by now, but I don't want to give it away yet. So we're outside the rock bus with our microphones, looking cool like DJs. Hey,
rock
you
DJ.
Guys ready to catch your own turkey? And they're all screaming and waving their
They're out there.
Instruments
the
of
first few
destruction.
should be about 50 yards away from the rock bus. You guys now go, everybody, go get your... and they're running like...
Catch your own turkey.
in the known, the very popular Framingham, Massachusetts turkey field.
Yeah.
Well, we said
turkey fields of Framingham.
What the fuck is this? No, that's a pheasant. Y'all don't want no fucking pheasant.
We said there's turkeys out there.
Turkeys.
So
we let turkeys.
There's turkeys out there, motherfucker.
So Aunt and I wait till they see what we did, and we're laughing because we're known for our pranks,
The first guy that comes back.
So all of a sudden it starts to hit these people as they're out in the field, and they're an eighth of a mile out there. They're far from the rock bus now, and all of a sudden they start finding paper turkeys.
You ever see the turkeys that you use as centerpieces on Thanksgiving?
Right.
They unfold, and they got the big paper tail.
I thought you were going to have them already dead, and I was thinking dead and frozen.
Not even frozen.
Here's the bit, though, but we couldn't explain it because it would ruin the whole thing. You would catch your own turkey, meaning you'd find one of these paper turkeys, you bring it back, we give you a gift certificate for a frozen turkey at whatever the food store was.
But they didn't even wait to hear that shit.
One guy, I remember coming back, holding this paper turkey like Sergeant Hartman was holding Private Pyle's donut. Like when he's like, what is this? He's holding it between his thumb. Yeah. Arlie Ermy holding that jelly donut between his thumb and pointer finger, and he's just holding it, and he's got like a shovel with a spike through it or some shit, and he's like, yo, dude, what the fuck is this? Dude. Hey, that's a turkey. Now you get a frozen turkey there.
Fuck that.
Fuck, I came here to fucking get a fucking turkey, motherfucker.
He was the first guy back.
Oh, boy.
And then
I came here to kill a turkey.
yeah,
is what you
he
said.
didn't want a turkey.
And
he wanted to kill a turkey.
and you understand like mob mentality and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could feel the whole crowd
As
completely
they all
changing.
start coming back from the woods.
Yeah, and you're like, you feel the energy going, this is not
Like
good.
zombies. It was Night of the Living Dead.
And this
we
was-
saw one. It's like, and then they all slowly start coming back to the rock bus, and we're like, all right, board it up. Board up the doors.
Dude, no joke. So we run back into the rock bus, the entire staff of AAF, right? And winter came early that year, by the way.
Certainly did.
So there was ice and snow all over the place.
It was around Thanksgiving, so up there, that is winter.
Yeah, okay. Ben, you remember this. Well, so listen.
You guys were fucking geniuses. Framingham. Well, Patrice is from Massachusetts.
Yeah,
too.
he knows.
Yeah,
So
Framingham.
we know.
The turkey fields of Framingham.
We didn't say that, though. We
Who the
just
fuck
said...
came up with this, Bruce?
It was like almost on the campus of Framingham University.
Yeah, we didn't say that. We just said we were going to let these turkeys loose, and you go and catch them. Meaning, there's turkeys out there, right? So
Yeah.
So now we're in the rock bus, and we hear the first ice ball hitting the rock bus.
Yeah, big chunk of ice hits the window.
We're broadcasting live still, like true soldiers, man. Now they start breaking the windows with ice balls.
Yeah.
No, dude,
This is serious.
dude,
We're in the back.
We'll be back right after this. Hold on, please.
There were different sections of the rock bus. There was the section where the driver would be. There was the middle section, which was set up for like interviews. There was a table and a kitchen area. Then there was a instrument area
Is this
where
like
all
a
the
school
goods
bus
were.
or a tour bus thing?
It's a tour bus.
Big tour bus, and then a back area, which was like usually for swag storage and fucking groupies and getting chicks naked.
And Fred Durst is still with you?
We interviewed him that day. To
Yeah.
be honest with you, I'm not really
I wasn't
sure
sure
if
he
he
is.
was in the rock bus when the craziness started.
Yeah, I think
really
he
not
left
sure.
before
He
it
might have
really
left.
got
Smart guy.
bad.
And how many people? About 100?
100?
Yeah, there were
More?
hundreds.
Hundreds.
Hundreds of turkey killers.
And
Not
they
all of them getting crazy, obviously,
but enough.
A good majority
breaking the
of them.
windows. We're in the
And
back.
now they have these weapons too, so they start hitting the fucking rock bus with their weapons
Shaking
and bats,
it.
and they start
and now they're
shaking it
shaking it back and forth. We're in the back now.
under a table.
You're looking
broadcast-
at
under
that
a
like
table.
chopping tires so you don't drive away.
I know, yeah. We're in the back. You hear windows breaking as we're trying to be professional and still broadcast.
under a table, and we're screaming because we have a PA
It sounded
system
like a
too. We're
911
no,
call.
Don't you get it? If you have a paper turkey, you get a frozen turkey.
You get the frozen turkey.
You get
Please
the frozen
don't
turkey. You get the frozen turkey.
get away from the rock bus.
We gonna give you a turkey, motherfucker. We didn't
And then
come
when-
here to- we want the blood too,
When
nigga.
that didn't work, it was just pure self-preservation.
Move away from the rock bus or you will be arrested. You will be arrested.
And then we're like, calm down. Everybody will get a prize. Just calm down.
Okay,
Calm
people,
down.
you've taught us a valuable lesson on hack radio, okay?
And unfortunately, the cops got involved to calm everybody down.
Disperse the crowd so we could drive away in a rock bus that took about $14,000 in repairs. Good times.
And this was the station's pride and joy, this rock bus.
Oh,
It
they
was
loved
their
it.
pride and joy. And we limp it back to the station.
Remember Otto used to like wash and wax it and everything? The whole station was so proud of the paint job on
That
it.
flat tire was going cluck, clump, 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 clump.
The radiator pulls up. Well, another promotion done. Poof.
Looked like a bus going to a Grateful Dead show.
It was awful.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was where we were really learning. You know, we were learning
And
our
the first
craft.
maniac is the one that found the dude.
Well, we
Yeah,
learned.
came back. Dude, what the fuck?
What is that?
And then we went, uh-oh.
I wanted a fucking turkey.
I want a fucking turkey. I'm trying to fucking test out my butt, you fucking...
Actually, it was a learning
Fuck.
process because then we realized you can't do this stuff to the listeners. You got to get them on your side and then do it
Right.
to the
Other people.
other radio
Now
stations,
let the
other radio
listeners
hosts.
enjoy what
Right.
it's like to
Why
fuck
are we
people
beating up
over.
our own listeners?
Right.
And that was the lesson you learned that day.
Light
Oh,
bulb.
without a doubt. Like,
Bing.
wait, okay, wait a minute. These guys love us.
Was
Could
there
you
no-
imagine the listeners in the bus with us looking out the window at poor fucks going, what the fuck is this? The listeners would love it being part of it. So then we brought them in.
Was there no precedent at the time that said, "Don't do that to your listeners"? Was there any mentor that you guys had?
I don't remember
that would
any
say,
real riots like that were against the hosts.
We just didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
we just didn't give a shit.
You think we didn't give a
and
shit?
And they knew it. The management of the station knew it, but the ratings were getting so good they didn't know what to do.